I'm going to do this song by Bob Dylan. He wrote many years ago called Most of the Time. And I worked with a shaman Indian at one time who used this song to teach with. And there's a part in the song that refers to she or to her. And she or her can mean anything, but not a woman. It's about your past. It's about something you're letting go of, old patterns, maybe resentments, something that holds you back. That's what the she refers to. Most of the time, I'm clear focused all around. Most of the time, I can keep both feet on the ground. I can follow the path. I can read the signs and stay right with it. When the road unwinds, I can handle whatever I stumble upon. I don't even notice she's gone most of the time. Most of the time. It's well understood most of the time. I wouldn't change it if I could. I can make it all match up. I can hold my own. I can deal with the situation right down to the bone. I can survive and I can endure. And I don't even think about her most of the time. Most of the time. My head is on straight most of the time. I'm strong enough not to hate. I don't build up illusions till it makes me sick. I ain't afraid of confusion. No matter how thick, I can smile in the face of mankind. I don't even remember what her lips felt like on mine most of the time. Most of the time. I'm halfway content most of the time. I know exactly where it all went. I don't cheat on myself. I don't run and hide from the feelings that I buried inside. I don't compromise, and I don't pretend. I don't even care if I ever see her again most of the time. Most of the time. The This next song is called Everything New, and it's really new to me, too, so bear with me. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to worry about getting it right, because then I'll mess it up. You might want to help me on this. Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I'm ready for the next thing to do. Oh, I know I'm gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, and I'm through waiting, and I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Then I finally learned, bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for the next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, and I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time. Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready, the next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. It's a good New Year's song.
Thank you, Ray. Oh, Daniel would be very pleased. He would be very pleased. God is in this place, fully expressing love and wisdom, peace and joy, and newness. How good it is to come together, to gather with our hearts and our minds, to be with people, beloved friends, who are here very much on purpose. And in this place, the beloved presence shines its radiant light in, through, and as each and every one of us. And the light goes out forward, and it touches and blesses and lifts this community. And it continues to move out into the world and make a positive difference. And so we are very grateful to be some of the ones that we have been waiting for. We are very grateful that wherever we are in the divine presence, lovingly enfolding us, wisely guiding us. And here, this evening, we are warming our hearts and our hands, giving thanks for the ability just to gather and to love each other and to let Spirit shine in, through, and as each one of us. With great thanksgiving, we enter into this evening with joy, with peace, with great love, allowing the infinite wisdom to guide us every moment. God is good all the time, and we accept this truth with deep gratitude as we now release our word to God's perfect law, rejoicing and giving thanks that it is always so. And shall we say together, and so it is. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here this evening. We're here only for one main reason, and that's to let God be God in us. Oh, and another main reason is to honor and welcome our beloved friend Connie Anderson, who came all the way from California to be with us. What a joy it is. Connie was part of my very first church in Alamo, California. And so we've been friends for, oh gosh, not very long now, but 40 years. And now she's also a beloved friend of Mike's, and it's just a joy to have you here. And I must tell you, she planned her trip so that she'd be here for Thursday night. Is that cool? Yeah. And she knows some of you on Zoom from classes, and how good to see their faces and to get hugs from them, huh? So nobody may leave tonight, even if you've never met Connie before, without a hug, okay? She gives really good ones. So welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Maxine Kaye, and I am so grateful to be your spiritual leader. And we meet here every week in this beautiful place. We have a great partnership with the United Church of Christ Valley Forge, and how grateful we are to have this opportunity to be together. There'll be some changes coming up soon, and whatever it is, we move through changes darn well. Have you noticed that? You know, we are the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, which means we can live and meet and love each other and learn and grow anywhere in the Greater Philadelphia area. We haven't even tried them all yet, but I don't think we will. So I'm very grateful that we're here. I'm grateful you're here. You are welcome. And those who are tuning in on Sunday morning, you are welcome with us wherever you may be in the world and wherever you may be on your spiritual path. We provide spiritual tools for every imaginable human situation. Anybody have any human situations? We get them, don't we? Sometimes we think we didn't even ask for them, but there they are, and we have the tools. We have great practitioners who will work with you. We have an opportunity to gather together, to learn and to grow, to deepen our faith, to expand our consciousness, and mostly just to love each other, and mostly just to listen to Ray's music. So thank you for being here on this cold, Arctic, windy night. It was a dark and stormy night, and the wise ones came to UCC to be with GPCSL, to warm their hands and their hearts, and thank you for being here. And of course, we're part of a larger organization, and they're from Colorado, and we're worldwide, and it's very exciting to see how our centers are popping up in many parts of the world. Mexico, South America, Africa, they've been there for a long time, but more, and Europe. So we're very, very grateful that people are awakening. Awakening to what? What do we awaken to around here anyway? We are awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And we're doing it magnificently. One smile, one prayer, one handshake, one hug at a time. And keeping that vision clear. And that's what we get to do. The clear vision is always available to us, and we're so grateful that we share this with each other, and that we do our best to keep the high watch, no matter what those situations are. Oh, we got a situation. Yeah, we have them from time to time. So, thank you for walking and dancing this path along with us. It's a beautiful thing. And you're beautiful people, not things. Then we also, in our greater organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, we also focus on co-creating a world that works for everyone, or a world that works for all. And that is a mighty vision to have as we start our new year, 2025, in which we thrive. Yes? Yes. That came from Reverend Mike. Yeah. So, and we have our own, right here, we have our own purpose statement, and it was developed some time ago. And let's say it together, shall we? Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. Thank God that it works. And thank God that we're all working it together and letting it work us. So, I would like now to call forward Reverend Mike. And you see, about 100 years ago, Ernest Holmes was asked, what is this thing all about that you're teaching? What is this religious science, the science of mind? What does it teach? And so he put together what he called What We Believe. And usually on our gathering, we'll choose one of these that ties in with the lesson that night. But this time, what is going on? Am I popping my peas or what? Okay, I will stand over here because it's picking up too many things. Anyway, so usually we have this one, but this is the first gathering of the year. So wouldn't it be wonderful if I turned it over to Reverend Mike and he'll tell you what we're going to do.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It's a delight to see you, and if you haven't met Dr. Connie, you got to say hi to her before you leave today. She's right. Get a hug from her. So, as Dr. Maxine was talking about the Declaration of Principles, this actually came out in 1925. For those of you who remember, the textbook was first written in when? 1926. So this goes back a ways. And you each have a copy, don't you? Now, have you ever been in a church that had responsive readings, like the minister or the leader would say something one line and you guys would say the other line? Remember that? Deja vu. Okay, I'll read the odd ones, actually, and you read the even ones. Okay, we'll read the even ones together. And then when it gets... What?
Because we're the odd ones.
I'll read the odds ones,
Right.
and they'll read the even ones.
Right.
Okay. You want to join me in the odd ones?
No, I'll be them.
Okay.
You be odd.
I'm the odd. I'm odd enough for all of us. Okay. We believe in God, the living Spirit, Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. Together, this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Together, we believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in all people, and that all people are incarnations of the one Spirit. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that heaven is within us and that we can experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation of all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. We believe that the universal Spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through the spiritual intuitive nature of each person, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal lovingness, and the eternal givingness to life. All together now. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God, and so it is.
And so it is. Ooh, that was powerful. I loved it.
Isn't that
Thank
fun?
you so much.
Hope we do it again.
Okay, thank you. Love that. The Declaration of Principles. And you get to take that home with you so that you can read it every day if you want to. Okay. All right. We're going to sing a community song that you know. You know how usually Ray is embodying and expressing James Taylor. Tonight he is Daniel Namont. Would you like to stand and sing this?
I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh,
my soul is welcome here.
oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you. Good. Okay, kids. I'm now going to have a short conversation with some of the shorter people who are getting taller all the time. They're not here now. We knew them when they were little bitty things, and now they're teenagers, and they're busy apparently on Thursday night. So I'm going to talk to them. They'll hear this on Sunday morning. And if there's a child within you, then this would be for you as well. So once upon a time, I was born in Los Angeles, and my parents had found a religion that was working very nicely for them because they had come from two very different faith traditions. And when they began to have children, I was the youngest, they decided to find the Unity Church in Los Angeles. And we went there for me, from age 0 to almost 10. When we moved to Redondo Beach and found the Religious Science Church. But there, I learned in Sunday school that God is love. I learned that I could never be outside of God's presence. I learned that no matter what happened in my life, I could always go to that loving presence for nurture, for guidance. I learned that at a very early age as a kid. And it was very cool because Ernest C. Wilson was our minister, and he would have all of the kids come in with their families for the beginning of the service, and then we'd get to choose a song to sing. And I remember one Sunday, my older brother, I had two older brother, no, I wasn't there yet. It's a story I heard because I wasn't born yet. But he was so little that when he attended the little service waiting to go to the classroom to their Sunday school lesson. And so the minister asked which one of the kids would like to choose a song. He put it up his hand. He said, "Pennies from Heaven." And so he said, fine, so they sang it. But I loved that. We always felt very included, which is why I received a magazine from Unity. Some of you may know about it. That's for kids. It's called We Wisdom. And I had a subscription to that, which is why I began calling what we share with the kids each Sunday, Thursday, whatever it is. And we had to change it to Teen Wisdom because our kids grew up. Just the same. I learned so much about being able to turn to that loving presence, just like you do. You learned it in Sunday school when you were little, and Reverend Mike was often your main teacher, and it was a beautiful thing to learn as kids. It's wonderful for us to know that we are never, ever outside of God's loving presence. Then we moved to Redondo Beach, found the Religious Science Church, which is now called Centers for Spiritual Living, and there I learned even more, not only about the fact that God was everywhere, including right where I was, but there was a loving power within me that I could use to make my life better. And I did. And I was so grateful. I was taking first year foundational classes when I was 14. And I love that you, wherever you are right now, that you kids, and you kids too, continue to learn and to grow. We find out that not only is there the love of God, but there's the law of God. And we can count on it. Just like we use certain colors together, we get another color. Like we learn how to add and we learn how to use math. It's the law that just brings things into being. And you'll learn more about that as we continue to talk about this primary basic teaching that we have. And I know, I've seen how all of you use it, using the law. You know, we open our hearts to the presence of God. And then we direct the law with our conscious, intentional thought. So go think some more lovingly and let yourself be guided. And we'll talk next time. I hope you're here next time. Bye for now. Okay. We have announcements now. I'm so excited. Suzanne Smethers, who is on our Board of Trustees, thank God. Would you like to share the announcements?
Hi, good to see you all tonight. I have very exciting announcements for January 2025. Woo! Okay, so Nibbles and New Thought at TJ's. Get ready for a fun night out. Join us Monday, January 6th from 6:30 to 8:15 at TJ's in Paoli for delicious food, thought-provoking conversation. So bring your appetite, both food for food and fresh ideas. We have a new class, Kingdoms of Consciousness. Ready to expand your mind? Starting Tuesday, January 7th, dive into a 4-week Zoom class each Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30. Let's explore the fascinating levels of consciousness together, and this is a love offering class. Okay, so this is a big one, community visioning. Co-create the future. Let's make 2025 unforgettable. Come Sunday, January 12th from 2 to 4 in the fellowship hall or on Zoom to co-create a vision for the year ahead. Register for the Zoom link so you don't miss out. So, got to register for that. And then save the date. We have a free seat swap. Green thumb. Oh, I forgot my little sign. Darn it. Green thumbs on Saturday, February 1st from 1 to 4 p.m. Join us here at UCCBF for a seed swap where you can share and collect seeds from fellow gardeners. That sounds really fun. And get us ready for the spring, right? We're ready. It's too cold today. Register now at www.cslphilly.org. We can't wait to see you there.
Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here and I'm seeing life so clear. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause I'm here to go deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
I invite you to take a deep, holy breath of spirit with me. Breathing in that love, the sweet presence, and allowing it to circulate through our consciousness, our thoughts, our feelings, our body itself. With every exhalation, we allow that beautiful presence that imbues us through the holy breath, the chi. We let it move out into the room, into the area, into the community and the world around us, shedding its lovely, lovely rays of light, possibility, hope, and love. Continue that circulation. Allow it to refresh and restore us as we become ready, so ready to dive even more deeply into that sea of sweet spirit. And it's warm, and it is welcoming. And we are held in the divine embrace, where there is nothing to do and nothing to think about, nothing but God. And that's all there is. And so as we go even deeper into that sense of wholeness, the unimpeachable wholeness of this universe, we're able to let go of any concern, any doubt, any irritation, any regret, anything that does not serve us. For this is pure spirit, into which we are entering more deeply than ever before. In this place, there is a welcome, there is an embrace, and we hear, "Thou art my beloved one, in whom I am well pleased." The only affirmation and acclamation and appreciation we need in truth is that which is always, always provided for us with this sweet welcome home, home to the Spirit, home to the divine possibility. And here we rest. And here we feel the all-rightness, the okayness, the unimpeachable wholeness of the universe. And we bask in its glory. And it is a glory. The peace, the power, the possibility, all right here. For God is closer than hands and feet, nearer than breathing, and yet is our very breath, the prana, the chi, the spirit of life itself. And so as we enter even more deeply, feeling ourselves buoyant in a sea of spirit, there is only love. There are all the answers that we may have been seeking. How beautiful it is not to be looking outside of ourselves for them, but to feel the expression of God's always answering life within us. And whatever question or any possible concern you may have, let's take a sweet silent moment to ask of the Spirit what we would ask, knowing with deep faith that that answer is ready to be revealed to us now. So let's listen with the ear of the heart, see with the eye of the heart, ask, and definitely, assuredly, you shall receive. Let's take this quiet moment of silence now and listen to the sweet sound of Spirit.
Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in.
Now I'd like to call our practitioner of the evening up, Cheryl Maxine.
Okay, it just turned strangely. Happy New Year, everybody. It's great to see you. I have to talk about the Eagles a little. I always do, if I can. In meditation tonight, we talked about how, we asked our heart's wisdom, actually, how learning this teaching has changed us, how we hear things, how we feel about things, our relationships, etc. And because we do the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook, basically, the first 4 weeks in January, it was interesting to do that deep dive. And what I heard something that surprised me a little, but was because of something I heard today, outside of my inner wisdom. And there's a whole debate going on about Saquon Barkley, and I was listening to sports radio, and Seth Joyner was on. He has this little part where they talk to him. And he was explaining how he thought and what he thought. And then he said, well, you know, what we think about, we bring about. And I was like, oh, Science of Mind is on sports radio. I was so excited. And I think that there was a time in my life when I would have been paying more attention to the whole debate and who was right and who was wrong and all of that. But I was so excited. We're getting there. We're getting there. So anyway, so awesome to meet Connie face to face. So in honor of Connie, I dug deeply into my Emma notes, and I found her on part of practice that we did for lesson 3. She says, my good is my God is life, truth, love, substance, intelligence, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. I live and move and have my being in good. I am spirit, mind, identical with God, wisdom, strength, and wholeness. God, good, works through me to will and do whatever is mine to be and do. I am governed by God, the good, and so cannot sin, nor can I fear sin, sickness, and death. So, Con, in your honor. And I also looked at 365 Science of Mind, which is always a place to find gems. And so I'm going to incorporate this reading. It's number 11 in the chapter on spirit. So I invite you, I'm going to say this, most of it in the first person. I invite you to take it for yourself. Ernest Holmes says, spirit is the active and self-conscious principle. Spirit is first cause or God, the absolute essence of all that is. It is the great or universal I am. The invisible essence of everything is pure spirit. It is a realization of the spirit at the center of everything that enables us to see God in everyone. When we recognize this spirit in anything or anyone, there's an equal reaction from the spirit back to us, and we are made more alive through the divine influx that follows our recognition. Today, I am resolved to see the spirit in everything. I know that there is an inner presence in everything I will contact and that will respond to me. I know that everything is alive, awake, and aware with this presence, and that in all the changing scenes of my experience, I will be contacting this one presence. I am so grateful to know that each and every person here is an expression of this God presence, an expression of this good, an individualized expression. The music, the message, we all together share and celebrate this recognition. And I know it guides everything I do, everything I hear and say, and every intention and action. I am so grateful to know this, so grateful to know that it is all God and it is all good. And I release my word into the law, knowing that God only ever says yes. With the greatest of gratitude, I let it be so, and so it is. Oh, the affirmation. I should tattoo it on my forehead, but I do have it this time. Our affirmation today, there is God and nothing else. I celebrate the powerful presence of good, which is my very life. Awesome.
Bear with me, folks. I want to make sure I get this right. Good. I almost didn't. Good. Now I'm good. Thanks. Thanks for bearing. When your past shows its face, when you fell from the grace, forgive the ones you blame. Forgive yourself just the same. When I remember who I am, I can surrender to the peace I am. I am always loved. I am always loved. I am always loved. I will always love. The temptation is strong to strike out and do harm, but you're better than this way. Power lives in the words you say. When I remember who I am, I can surrender to the peace I am. I am always loved. I am always loved. I'm always loved. I will always love. All the names on the wall tell us division always costs and fails us. May love unite us all together to become just one family. When I remember who I am, I can surrender to the peace I am. I am always loved. I am always loved. I am always loved. I always love. Always remember the best you can. Try to remember you were always loved. You were always loved. You were always loved. You were always loved. You are always loved.
That was so beautiful. That's another Ray Adkins magnificent original.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. How sweet. I could listen to that a lot. Brand new year. What are we going to do with this brand new year? First of all, I would like to acknowledge the marvelous presenters that you had on December 19th when Reverend Mike and I were in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And one of that dynamic duo is here tonight, Dr. Hazel Spears. She and Zulma Gonzalez. In all of our divine activities the last couple of weeks, I finally got to watch it. And it was magnificent. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. You'll get notes. But I was so grateful. Thank you so much, and how nice that you're here tonight. Okay, so brand new year, brand new theme. And the theme for the year is deeper understanding, greater aliveness. That's like a whole talk in itself, isn't it? The deeper goes our understanding, the greater and more joyful and healthy and divine and delightful is our aliveness. So the more we understand, the better our lives become. And the theme for this month is a firm foundation. And speaking of foundations, the first 4 Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Friday, whenever, we base our talks on the first 4 introductory chapters of the Signs of Mind. This is like my Bible, but I do love the Bible too. And so if you want to, during these weeks, just refresh yourself. These introductory chapters are very short, and the first one is called The Thing Itself, whereas I am titling my talk today, The Ground of Being. And the reason for that is that for centuries, theologians, philosophers, the man and woman on the street have been looking to see what is the basis of everything. And it was called by Aldous Huxley and others, the ground of being. In other words, there is something that is infinite and eternal. And through that something, and many philosophers, I had falafel for dinner tonight. Many philosophers had named it the thing. So this is not Ernest Holmes that came up with this. It's been around for centuries, looking for the thing itself, what underlies everything else. And we understand now that it is, and through quantum physics, we've learned a lot more too about how this universe is alive, and that it responds to our consciousness. And our consciousness is some part of the greater divine consciousness, God consciousness, personified in each and every one of us, because that's what we're made out of. We're made out of the thing itself, the ground of being. And so it's a wonderful thing to realize that there is something we can absolutely depend upon, that it is greater than any course we might take, although some of those courses will lead us to a deeper understanding so that we can live our lives more joyfully and more fully, as we are intended to do. We were not created to be little automatons. You know, can you imagine God saying, okay, I'm going to create the worlds and the universes, the plants, the animals, and okay, some people, and make them do everything that I want them to do. That couldn't happen. We were given free will. And the more we understand how close this presence is and how we live and have our movement and our being in this divine presence all the time, can't be outside of it. You understand the I am. You know that you are loved. I mean, that is something we are understanding and coming to be aware of and to live in our lives. And then, when we get that, then we recognize that the power that is within us is so great and so infinite and so eternal that we can find truth on our tongues. And as we speak it, whether it is inwardly or outwardly speaking the word of truth, we're creating something magnificent for our lives, and that's the idea. We were given freedom of choice. That hasn't had to be. Would it be any fun to have something, that it's going to do everything you want it to do? I mean, my children, of course, they all did that. Everything I wanted. You're not supposed to tell fibs up here. That our children are not our children, as we read in the prophet, but they come through us. They are the expression of life itself. We come through the divine idea. Yeah, we have physical parents that help us get here onto the earth, but we are divinely designed. Do you know you have designer genes? All of you, designer genes. And so within us is this loving creative power. And when we understand that we're part of the one thing, and that we are individualized expressions of that, and we are given free will to use the law of mind, however we choose to use it. And again, the more we deepen our understanding, the more we realize that we want to make a difference in our own lives and in our families' lives and in our friends and our community and in the world itself. How do we do that? We do that by deepening our understanding and feeling this divine presence and understanding that there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is your life. That God is yours as well. But that life is your life and my life now. Always has been, always will be. Do we ever forget that? Anybody here ever forget that? And we live along, trudging the happy road and the sometimes unhappy road of life, trying to make a difference in our worlds, trying to keep it together, trying to make everybody happy, doing what we're expected to do, and then we get tired. Because the human aspect of ourselves, as wonderful as it is not all of who we are. And when we recognize who we truly are, something shifts. And we go, oh, this is why I'm here. I can use my conscious thought, truth on my tongue, to bring heaven on earth, to make a beautiful difference in this world. We have free choice. Ernest Holmes says, the study of science of mind is a study of first cause, spirit, God, the thing itself, the ground of being. I added that. A study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation. Creation didn't just happen circumstantially. The power back of creation, the divine idea in the infinite mind of God that brought you and me into being, that's something wonderful to think about. Nobody was an accident. No, I was the third kid, and my mother had me and went right into menopause. So I was not planned, let's put it that way, by my parents, but I was planned by God, and so were you. And so I overheard my parents saying that I was kind of a boo-boo. I wasn't planned. And I took that as a great thing. And when people asked my name, I'd say, I a boo-boo. So my name was Boo-Boo then, I thought. Okay, we're never a mistake. We cannot be a mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. So how come we think we do? Only because we've gotten out of our divine integrity and slipped into what some of the original ministers used to say, you're stinking thinking. Instead, we can know that there is something out of which everything is made, and that we have a hand in using that same creative intelligence to make our lives beautiful, loving, abundant, successful, joyful, making a contribution to the people in our lives and to the world itself. So, there's a story about some scientists who had been creating life in the lab. And one of them one day decided he was going to go to God and say, you've done a great job. Thanks very much for everything, but we don't need you anymore. We can create life ourselves now. So God very wisely, I guess that God had a long white beard, stroked it, and said, okay, show me how you do that. So the scientists reached down to get a handful of earth, and God said, create your own dirt. Make your own infinite stuff out of which life is made. Oh. We really need to remember who we are, whose we are. Say this with me. There is only one life.
There is only one life.
That life is God's life.
That life is God's life.
That life is perfect.
That life is perfect.
And that life is my life now. How good does that feel? Huh? Yeah, really. I'm not done. But thank you. That is a wonderful sense of re-identification with who we really are. Just like the song that Ray created and sang for us tonight. In remembering who we are, and remembering that in this ground of being, that anything and everything is possible. So we discover, that's what we're discoverers. We discover this divine life and how empowering it is. And so we're no longer like Buckminster Fuller used to say, because he was light years beyond most of us. I had the delight and the pleasure of hearing him speak in California. Good things do come from California, you Pennsylvanians. And it was wonderful. I know you laugh at us when we say the Schuylkill. But that's how it is in California. But anyway, I saw Bucky Fuller there. He was amazing. He was in his 80s, and he was running back and forth across the stage. He went on for hours, and he could have gone on for hours more, except they made us leave. But he said, we're like infants crawling around on the floor of the universe. It's time for us to wake up, to awaken ourselves, and then to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, right? So we're not crawling around, and we're not infants. We're at least teenagers by now, don't you think? We're not just the children of God. By the way, I learned when I was studying Greek that when we read in 1 John about and about we being the children of God, I learned that the same word for children is, let me see, we are the sons of God. Now we are the sons of God. We read in the current Bibles, many versions. Now we are the sons of God. And in Greek, that word could also simply be children. Now we are the children of God, not just the sons. There was kind of a bent in those days, And we're bending it back. We're being more equal and understanding that, like even here, I love this. I remember Pastor Nathaniel said at one time, they don't say just Father God, it's Father Mother, because they recognize that God is not a genderer. We don't deal with gender, we don't care that much. All we know is that God is within us, and that we are the divine, magnificent expressions of that living God. Gender, schmender, I mean, I love gender, I do. I think it's important, don't you? But I think it's wonderful to realize that as it says, actually we are the children of God, but actually we're so more than that. But we have been in the past, all of us in our individual growth process, our individual spiritual evolutionary processes. We have all been those infants crawling around on the floor. And that's a part of which we'll be talking on Tuesdays at our four-week class, because this is about understanding how in our spiritual evolution we do move through these different levels of consciousness, and it is appropriate. It's the way we begin to awaken to who we really are. And so being aware of what those different levels of consciousness is a wonderful way to really keep moving along our evolutionary path and awakening to the truth of our being. There's one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life and your life now. And it's perfect. It's perfect. Our primary relationship in this infinite intelligence is simply to be the co-creators with the divine. To use our thoughts, our feelings, our prayers, our words, our understanding, to look up. You know, we read, look up. Jesus said, what is that to thee? Follow thou me. And we read about, don't look at the circumstances, look unto me. We're always in the process of lifting our consciousness and our attention so that we're focusing upon that which we decided desire to have in our lives, and we decided desire and intend to have in our world. And that's another reason we're doing the visioning on January 12th. We have the creative power because it's God's power. More of thee, less of me. You know, again, we love our humanness, but we must become more deeply and acutely and widely and expansively aware of who we truly are. And so this ground of being, and by all means, do take a look at the thing itself, this first introductory chapter, and you will be reminded about what is eternally so. We face a lot of things in this world, in our own personal lives, in our communities, and certainly in the greater world itself. So as we're facing these things, we don't deny that there are circumstances that are difficult and unbelievable sometimes, but while we're facing them, we realize that they are nothing compared to this creative, intelligent, loving presence and power. We court the presence, which means deepening our meditation. It means becoming more acutely aware every moment of every day that we possibly can, and we possibly can more than we realize that we can, of this loving presence within us and within every other sentient being. So that when we look out and see people in our world, those we love, those we don't know yet, those we may have some concern about, when we see the others, let's see, there is no other. There is no other. We're all expressions of God, the living being almighty. We are all magnificent manifestations of the one perfect life. See that in each other. See it in people you don't know and maybe don't even think you want to know. And then you may want to get to know them because you're inviting the presence of the divine to see you for who you truly are as well. Look at someone else right now and look at God looking back at you. Now you get it. Now, try that with a stranger, but carefully. Sometimes it's delightful just to walk down the street and see the divine beings coming toward you. You don't need to say a word. It's probably better in some cases not to. But it's lovely to look at that divine being and go, oh my gosh, look how God showed up in her. Isn't that delightful? Oh, look at God looking back at me. When we remember there is this divine ground of being and every sentient being is a part of it, there can no longer be any other at all. So will you say with me, God is all there is. I love being a divine expression of that life. I remember who I am. And I remember who you are. And so, my beloveds, beginneth your lesson. Thank you. Thank you, my beloveds. And now is the opportunity for our offertory so that we can celebrate our abundance and allow it to expand. We have the opportunity to give whatever feels wonderful to give. Many of us give electronically and other ways. And if that's so, and you're not putting something in the plate tonight, just bless it. Put your hands over the plate. That's just as good, okay? And our abundance increases as we celebrate it. So let's say together our prosperity celebration affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. And all I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly.
That was lovely. That was not Daniel Nahmad, nor was it Ray Atkins. That was written by Donald Michael. And
right.
You learned it and you did it beautifully. Thank you, Ray.
I had to keep listening in the headset so I could remember it.
He just learned a whole bunch of new songs just to surprise and delight us tonight. Thank you, Ray. Okay, so now we're going to have ministers and practitioners come forward. Come on up here, and then we'll go down and sing our closing song. And if you want this is a practitioner from the Center of Peace. All practitioners, ministers. All right, I'll come down and be with you. Do. If you want to have a boost in your life, maybe you're facing something, you're having something of a challenge, or maybe you just want to learn to pray better, call one of these people right here, because they are licensed professional practitioners. Where's your stole, young lady? It's at the cleaners, I know. And they will be happy to work with you. And in fact, if you want a 3-minute miracle, that's all you do when we're meeting afterwards. You grab one of these people, and they'll give you a 1-minute miracle. That's right, not 3. 1-minute miracle. And you just tell them in 25 words or less what you want your spiritual mind treatment for, and they will give you an instant, powerful affirmation treatment for you. But if you want more time with them, give them a call. Or you can put a request in the prayer chest, and our God Squad will be happy to lift your consciousness and even send you a personalized affirmation if you would like to request one, if you include your email address. And have I told them everything about you? Yes, okay. So, that's great. All right then. Oh, here, let me get over here so I can have the other hand, because I bless with my right hand. I don't know why. Thank you for being here tonight. The loving presence, the wise and wonderful creative intelligent activity of this universe, the very ground of being itself, is that which spurs us on as we go from here this evening with love and gratitude in our hearts. We're already making a great, positive, and beautiful difference in our world, for which we are grateful, and so it is. Now come on down here, Ray, and let's sing our closing song. You know this one. Let's all stand up, if you will, and look at we're over here so that you can actually read the words.
Come on.
Here you are. Hi.
I've grown to like this song too. It's a really good song.
Emily wrote
With thankful hearts, we end this time. With thankful hearts, we say goodbye. We show our love and we share our home with each other. We're not alone.
Sounds good to me.
With thankful hearts, we end this time. With thankful hearts, we say goodbye. We show our love and we share our home with each other. We're not alone. With each other, we're not alone. With each other, we're not alone.
Yay! Yay, God!
Happy New Year.